We continue our analysis with the B-ranked teams, focusing on the Milwaukee Brewers, Detroit Tigers, and Cleveland Guardians. These teams showcase a mix of strengths and weaknesses, positioning them as potential playoff contenders with varying degrees of certainty. Milwaukee Brewers. Team analysis. The Brewers are a solid team known for their strong pitching. In 2024, they dominated the NL Central, winning by a double-digit margin. But the competition is expected to be tougher this season as rival teams have strengthened their rosters. Offensively, the team has struggled in recent years. Young players like Bryce Terang, second baseman, and Sal Frelick, outfielder, are emerging, while star outfielder Christian Yelich is showing signs of regaining form, bringing the lineup back to an average level. However, a lack of power hitting remains a concern, and the team will rely on breakout performances or potential trade acquisitions to address this issue. The starting rotation took a major hit with the departure of ace Corbin Burns, signed with the Diamondbacks in free agency, and Brandon Woodruff's ongoing shoulder injury leaves his return uncertain. Freddie Peralta is now expected to take over the ace role, supported by veterans like Eric Lauer and left-hander Wade Miley. The team also hopes for contributions from young left-hander Aaron Ashby, who is returning from injury, and top pitching prospect Jacob Misiorowski. The bullpen remains a strength, with dominant closer Devin Williams anchoring the unit, supported by reliable setup man Joel Payamps. Defensively, the team is sound both in the infield and outfield, minimizing errors and playing fundamentally solid baseball. Key players: Christian Yelich, OF. The former MVP is still the focal point of the lineup, though his power numbers have declined. He now contributes primarily through his plate discipline and contact hitting as a leadoff hitter. Willy Adames, SS, a power-hitting shortstop and a key defensive leader. Sal Frelick, OF, a breakout candidate. If given a full season, his high on-base skills could become a major offensive asset. Jackson Chourio, OF, a highly touted 19-year-old prospect who has made waves in the minors and could make his MLB debut in 2025. Playoff outlook, around 50-50 chance. The Brewers ran away with the division last year, but with the Cubs and Reds improving, the NL Central is expected to be much more competitive this season. The key question is how the rotation will hold up without a true ace, but Milwaukee's emphasis on defense and pitching depth makes them a tough team to break down. While repeating as division champions will be more challenging, their deep pitching staff gives them a strong chance to remain in the playoff race until the very end. Detroit Tigers. Team analysis. The Tigers are a rebuilding team on the rise, with young talent beginning to flourish. In 2024, they were considered sellers at the trade deadline, but later went on a remarkable run, pulling off an upset against the Astros in the postseason. Offensively, future slugger Spencer Torkelson, first baseman, has started hitting home runs consistently, while Riley Green, outfielder, has developed into a reliable middle-of-the-order presence. Both were first-round draft picks, and their emergence has significantly boosted the team's overall run production. However, lineup depth remains a concern, as offensive contributions outside of their core players are still inconsistent. The starting rotation has been bolstered by the breakout of left-handed ace Tarik Skubal, who posted an ERA in the 2.00s, cementing himself as the staff's anchor. Former ace Eduardo Rodriguez was traded before the deadline, but the team is seeing the return of Casey Mize and Matt Manning, once top pitching prospects who have been recovering from injuries. If they can perform to expectations, the Tigers' rotation could become one of the most solid in the AL. The bullpen is led by closer Alex Lang, a power pitcher who can be inconsistent, while setup man Jason Foley and other young relievers are adding depth and stability. Defensively, Green's presence in center field provides a strong foundation, and Javier Baez, who may shift to second base, brings veteran leadership to the infield. Overall, the Tigers are a young team with momentum, showing promising growth and heading in the right direction. Key players: Spencer Torkelson, first baseman, power-hitting first baseman, emerging as the team's main slugger. Riley Green, OF, a true five-tool outfielder and one of the team's rising stars. Tarik Skubal, LHP, the staff ace with excellent strikeout ability. Breakout candidates: Casey Mize, RHP, a former #1, first overall pick returning from injury. If he regains his pre-injury form, the rotation could become a major strength. Colt Keith, 3B prospect, a highly regarded young hitter who is nearing MLB readiness. Playoff outlook, above 50-50 chance. The Tigers' 2024 season gave fans hope that their second-half performance was the real deal. And if their young core continues developing, they could be a legitimate playoff contender in 2025. However, there are questions about consistency, as some analysts wonder whether last season's late surge was sustainable. Given that the AL Central remains a wide-open division, the Tigers could find themselves in the race for a division title. If their young players continue to improve and their rotation stays healthy, a playoff spot is well within reach, but much will depend on their ability to maintain momentum throughout the season. Cleveland Guardians. Team analysis. The Guardians are a solid defense and pitching-focused team. In 2024, everything clicked under rookie manager Stephen Vogt, leading to a 10.5-game division title win over the Twins. The backbone of their success was their dominant bullpen, anchored by closer Emmanuel Clays, which consistently shut down opponents. However, bullpens are notoriously volatile, and there are concerns that if their relief corps regresses, it will be tough to replicate last season's success. The starting rotation remains a strength. Ace Shane Bieber is still leading the staff, while young talents Tanner Bybee, Gavin Williams, and Logan Allen emerged in 2024, making the rotation one of the deepest in the league. This pitching depth significantly improved the team's ERA last season. Offense remains a concern. Slugger Josh Naylor was traded to the Diamondbacks, further depleting their already power-starved lineup. While Jose Ramirez, 3B, remains the heart of the offense, the rest of the lineup lacks firepower. Young outfielder Brennan Davis is one of the players the Guardians hope could step up and provide much-needed power. Defensively, the Guardians are elite. Their speed, small ball approach, and defensive efficiency make them a team that can grind out close wins. Key players: Jose Ramirez, 3B, MVP caliber switch hitter and the team's leader. Andres Jimenez, 2B, a speedy, high-contact infielder who broke out in 2022 but needs to bounce back in 2025. Emmanuel Class, CP, a dominant closer with a power arm. Shane Bieber, SP, former Cy Young winner and ace of the rotation. Breakout candidates: Gavin Williams, SP, a hard-throwing right-hander who could take another leap and become a frontline starter. Kyle Manzardo, first base designated hitter, a top power-hitting prospect who could be the answer to the team's home run struggles. Playoff outlook: slightly above 50-50 chance. The Guardians overachieved in 2024, riding their manager's sharp decisions and elite pitching to a division title and ALDS appearance. However, there's no guarantee they can repeat that success in 2025. That said, Cleveland has consistently remained competitive thanks to strong player development and pitching depth. While they might not dominate like last season, they are still a serious contender for the AL Central title and should at least be in the wildcard race.